The storm came rolling down from the northern peaks like the wrath of a god. I'd lived long enough on the frontier moon of Eryndra to know when to get indoors, and fast. The wind screamed through the timberline, carrying dust and icy rain that struck the tin roof of my hut like gunfire. I was just settling in beside the small wood stove when the knock came. 3 quick raps. Urgent. Not human. I froze. Out here, 5 days from the nearest settlement, unexpected visitors rarely meant anything good. I reached for the hunting rifle leaning beside my chair and cracked the door open. Through the freezing downpour stood 3 towering figures, cloaked, armed, and unmistakably alien. Their eyes gleamed gold in the lightning flashes, and their skin, mottled in pale blue and white, shimmered faintly with moisture. "Human," said the tallest, her voice husky, controlled. "We seek shelter." The rifle wavered slightly in my grip. "You're not from around here." "No," she said. "We are Karanai, Huntresses of the White Wastes. The storm is death to us in open air. Let us in, or your door will not stand long." I hesitated only a moment before stepping aside. "Get in, quick." They ducked through the doorway one by one, bringing with them the scent of frost, blood, and wildness. When the door shut, my little cabin felt half its size. Inside, the Huntresses stripped off their cloaks, revealing powerful, lithe bodies clothed in fur and leather. The smallest of the 3 shook her pale mane and crouched by the fire, exhaling a growl of relief as the warmth hit her. The leader turned to me. "I am Rayla," she said, thumping her chest with a fist. "This is Tira," she nodded to the quiet one by the wall, "and that reckless cub is Veka." "Elias," I replied, setting my rifle aside. "You're far from your hunting grounds." Rayla's eyes flicked to the window. "A beast chased us across the ridges. Something we have never faced before. It killed half our pack before we even saw it." Her words hung heavy. Outside, thunder cracked, and for a moment, I could swear something roared back. "Whatever it was," she continued, "we'll wait out the storm and move at dawn." Hours passed. The storm howled without mercy, and the 3 aliens huddled near my stove, drying their fur and cleaning their weapons, strange curved blades and bone-tipped spears. I tried to keep busy, patching a leak in the roof and boiling water for stew, but their presence was impossible to ignore. They were mesmerizing, muscular, sharp-featured, eyes glowing faintly gold. Predators, but not without grace. Veka, the youngest, watched me openly, her tail swaying in little arcs. "You live here alone?" "Been 3 years," I said. "Frontier life's quiet. No one to bother me." Her grin bared pointed teeth. "Not anymore." Tira shot her a sharp look, muttering something in their tongue. Rayla's ears twitched, and she barked a low command. The younger Huntress bowed her head, but kept sneaking glances my way. As I ladled stew into bowls, I heard Veka whisper to her packmates, just loud enough for me to catch the words. "I saw him first. Mine." Tira hissed back. "Foolish. He's prey." Rayla growled. "Silence. He gave us fire and roof. That earns respect." They fell quiet, but I could feel their eyes on me the rest of the night. By midnight, the storm had grown worse. The walls shook, and branches crashed outside. We couldn't sleep. Rayla and Tira took turns standing guard while Veka dozed near the hearth, her head resting on her arms like a great cat. I poured myself a drink and sat by the window. "You really think that thing's still out there?" I asked. Rayla nodded. "It follows heat. Noise. Blood. We wounded it. Enough to make it hate us. It will come." Her gaze went distant. "If it breaks through tonight, human, you'll die before you know what hit you." I gave a half smile. "Then I'll die fighting beside 3 Huntresses of legend. Not a bad way to go. For the first time, I saw the corner of her lips twitch upward. You've got spirit. The first warning came as a low tremor in the floorboards. Then the howl. A sound so deep it made my bones vibrate. Vecca leapt up, claws extended. It found us. The next instant, the window exploded inward. A black mass slammed into the cabin, scattering furniture. It was a nightmare of claws and scales, its eyes like molten iron. Rayla roared a battle cry and charged, spear flashing. Tira moved like a blur, slicing across its flank. I grabbed my rifle, firing point-blank into the creature's side. The beast screamed, a sound of fury and pain, and lashed out. Tira was thrown across the room. The roof buckled under its weight. Fire! Rayla shouted. Burn it! Vecca grabbed a burning log from the stove and drove it into the monster's mouth. Flames erupted. The creature howled and staggered back through the door into the storm. For a heartbeat, everything went silent except the sound of falling rain through the hole in the roof. Rayla panted, her fur singed, her eyes blazing. You fight well, Elias of the Hut. You fight better, I said, lowering the smoking rifle. By dawn, the storm had passed. The world outside was a glittering field of ice and debris. Smoke rose from the beast's body, half buried, near the tree line. Tira's arm was broken, but she managed a grim smile. It will feed the crows of Eryndra well. I helped bandage her wound, then shared the last of my coffee with the three of them. Despite their warrior pride, I could sense something softer in the air, a shared respect. Rayla stood by the door, looking at the pale sunrise. We owe you a debt, human. You don't owe me anything, I said. You helped save my home. Her eyes softened, almost regretful. In our law, a life shared in battle binds us. If we meet again, you will be under my pack's protection. Then she turned to Vecca, who'd been uncharacteristically quiet. You spoke words of claim last night. Vecca's ears flattened. It was heat of the storm. Rayla's gaze sharpened. Still, the law hears. Will you deny it? Vecca stepped closer to me, her hand brushing my shoulder, light as snow. No. I won't deny it. Tira muttered something in their language, half amused, half exasperated. I blinked, confused. What exactly did she claim? Rayla gave a small, toothy smile. Among Karanai, when a huntress says, mine, and survives the battle that follows, the bond stands until either blood or choice ends it. Vecca's golden eyes met mine, unapologetic, wild, and strangely tender. You saved my life. I will return it someday. That's the bond. They left soon after, disappearing into the frost-bitten forest as the light broke fully over the horizon. I watched them go, 3 silhouettes cutting across the ridges, their breath steaming in the dawn. For weeks afterward, I couldn't shake their memory. The scent of snow and fire, the gleam of those eyes in the dark, the echo of that whispered word. Mine. I thought it would end there. But life on the frontier has a way of circling back. One night, months later, I heard the same 3 raps on my door. When I opened it, the storm raged again outside. But this time, only Vecca stood there. Her cloak was torn, her eyes fierce and bright. I kept my word, she said, stepping into the warmth. The pack hunts far from here now, but I returned for what's mine. My heart pounded. And what's that? She smiled slowly, predator and companion all at once. A place by your fire, and a life worth fighting for. Outside, the storm howled again, but inside, the air felt warm, alive, and utterly changed.